I think I enjoyed this movie more than I should have. You'll find out why in a bit. Hey there guys, how are you? So, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald was once again directed by David Yates and brings back all of our characters from the first installment and focuses on the dark wizard Grindelwald as he was introduced in the original. I purposely ignored all trailers going into this because I wanted to know nothing about it, but I soon came to find out that Dumbledore was in it because some stupid radio announcer spoiled the trailer for me. But anyways, after his crimes in the previous movie, Grindelwald, now locked up in the American Ministry of Magic, soon escapes after a transfer goes wrong. He soon gathers up with some of his followers with the intention of rallying up the purebloods in order to proceed with his plan to rule over the Muggles. And I don't really want to get too much into the plot because I want you guys to enjoy it for yourself, and so I just made a vague summarization. This is probably the hardest review that I've done so far because there's a part of me that's a huge fanboy of this franchise, and then there's a part of me that critiques and analyzes films as a whole. And for now, my feelings are really mixed for this movie, and I suppose I'll start with the positives. In the first film, we sort of got a tease at Grindelwald and what his whole plan is all about, and they did a great job here in convincing us that his character makes sense. I understand his motivation, and I also understand that there might be necessary evil needed for his plan to work. And as a whole, I think they did a great job with some of our main characters, and Newt is once again really likable. I thought his relationship with the Beasts were really adorable, and Dan Fogler as Jacob is once again fantastic, and Jude Law as Dumbledore, I think he did a pretty good job, but I mean, we gotta face the facts that he will never be Michael Gambon's Dumbledore because he had such a distinct voice and a screen presence. Characters aside, I thought this film was gorgeously shot, probably one of the best looking movies I've seen all year, and the Beast looked fantastic. See what I did there? And all in all, I think it's a very visually pleasant movie. We do get introduced to more creatures, and I thought some of them looked really good, and the visual effects this time looked so much more better than the original. I mean, they did look good in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, but I think they stepped it up here. And of course, some of the creatures from the previous film did return, and not to spoil anything, but one of them did have an effect on the plot. Now, the element that I was gushing about through the entire film that sort of released my inner fanboy was of course all the elements from the Harry Potter movies, such as the characters, the creatures, the spells, and of course, Hogwarts. When that original score by John Williams played and they took us back to Hogwarts, perfection. My crowd literally cheered, and I think they did an excellent job in the sequel in providing us that sense of magic, and they did kind of pull us back into this wizarding world that I felt was sort of lacking in the original. On a technical standpoint, I think this film really had no major issues, but from a storytelling perspective, that's where the other part of me went like, I really can't give this movie a pass just because I'm a huge fan of the Harry Potter franchise. Once again, this feels so much like a setup movie, and it's pretty much surface level stuff, and it focuses so much on setting up the next few films that it kind of forgets to make a movie that can stand on its own. If you guys have seen my review on Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I did sort of touch on this, and I actually made a comparison with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I really sort of forgive the first film for doing this because I get it, you gotta further expand this universe, you gotta set up some of these characters, but somehow this sequel feels like an even bigger setup, and that's where it really fell flat. Nothing really happens until the last 20 minutes or so, and throughout the movie we just get characters walking and talking, explaining things, flashbacks, and we even get a super heavy exposition scene that I thought was so poorly done. There was this character that was talking really fast, trying to get out as much information as he could to the audience, that I almost missed a few key things. So I think you guys really need to focus if you guys don't want to miss any important information. Now, I understand that they did these things in the Harry Potter movies, but I felt the characters earned the right to do so. But I think in the future, when the next 3 films are released, I might be able to appreciate this film even more, depending on where they take this. Even though it brought us back to the wizarding world that we also dearly love and gave us that sense of magic, it's still not enough to convince me, a hardcore Harry Potter fan, to love this movie. And with all that being said, I'm gonna give Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald a B-. If there was anyone who wanted to give this movie a perfect grade of an A+, and just tell the world how amazing it was, I'm that guy, but I just can't. And because I did enjoy parts of it, but nonetheless, I am sort of disappointed. But if you are a Harry Potter fan, I think you'll find some enjoyment out of it, just like I did. So as usual, if you guys have seen Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.